Yes, 22 games for Brisbane. Debuted at this club as an 18-year-old back in 2019 and moved to North Queensland mid-season last year. So Adam Reynolds leads the Broncos out. They've got that wonderful throwback jersey. They won premierships, won back-to-back premierships actually, wearing that strip. And Herbie Farnworth, Paul Horton, what a game last week against the Bulldogs. No wonder just about every club in the comp's chasing his signature.
Yeah, he had the best game of his life, I reckon, last weekend against Canterbury in the Broncos' victory. He's from the north of England, Eop Ludds, but he's got a lot of speed, a lot of pace, and he's actually getting, with the Brisbane forwards now doing their job, Herbie's getting a lot more room to move, and he's showing the people of Brisbane just exactly what he can do.
2 tries, 262 running metres against Canterbury last week. So it's quite amazing that if Brisbane win here, after 3 rounds of the competition, they and Penrith will be the only unbeaten teams in the comp. If you wanted further evidence that this competition has tightened on what we've seen the last couple of years, there it is.
It's on your run, guys!
So these 2 clubs face off again. They've played a remarkable string of games across the years. Will this be another one today? Here goes Payne Haas to get Sunday footy underway at Suncorp Stadium. This ground was underwater, 3-4 weeks ago? The surface could not be any better this afternoon. First time these teams have met in a Sunday afternoon game since 2006. They played the 15 grand final Sunday evening, you'll remember, but a dry track and plenty of speed in both teams. Here's Turpin and now Carrigan, who was under an injury cloud leading into this, but he's made the start line. Turpin now, and that's Tessie New up from fullback. Played his first game of the year last season and just short of the halfway, and Reynolds' first kick of the afternoon. It's a bit of a miss-hit. And the hammer. Hamiso Tabuai Fido with his first carry-back tackle, just short of the 30. Yes, speed, Cameron. The hammer at the back, and Corey Oates and Cobbo and Tulangi and
you throw
right
in,
across the park.
throw in Tony Staggs there too, Tomo. It's mouth-watering.
Here's McLean now. Reynolds part of that tackle. Ricky there as well. Now Robson, it's his 50th NRL game this afternoon. There's a lively customer out of the dummy half. Townsend. An end-over-end kick. Goal! Tessie New lined up from a fair way out there by the Cowboys chasers.
That's a brave effort by Tessie. Never easy when you've got 3 or 4 defenders coming down at you. He did that well.
Now, Jeremiah Nanai was the hit man there. Isn't he a player? Some great talent, not just in the backs, but I guess that's a byproduct too, gents, of the number of players that both clubs used last season. 36 for the Broncos, the most they've used in a season in their 34-year history. 34 for North Queensland. So they were chopping and changing, but the upside of that is that some of those younger players have got NRL experience. A kick for the sideline here. JT, how you doing?
Oh, great for a Sunday arvo, thanks Salty. It's perfect conditions down here at the moment, 26 degrees, a little cloudy, a bit of breeze behind the Broncos, actually favouring the Broncos, but hopefully we don't see any rain and see some entertaining footy this afternoon.
Thanks JT, who just called 2 games back-to-back with Salty. He's left the building like Elvis. It's Matt here.
Good start, JT.
Yeah, well done. Here's Reynolds.
Don't take it personally.
No. He's in good form, our man Salty. Carrigan across to the middle of the ground now, where Taumalolo and Robson are waiting. Long pass, Reynolds, and an early ball here for Staggs. Look at that, the strength of the man. He brushed off Valentine Holmes, but the reinforcements were there in time. Reynolds across the field he goes, and up there for Oates, and it went backwards initially but bounced forward, and Corey Oates is an obvious target, but that one didn't quite work out as Reynolds would have planned.
No, well, I think he'll be a target all day. Big Gary out on that left edge. And it was a nice kick by Adam Reynolds. He was under a lot of pressure there by Cohen Hess. Good start by both teams.
Come up with the ball.
Seen a lot of penalties inside 40 across this weekend, actually.
Well, we have changed the rule. The NRL has changed the rule. Penalties inside defensive 40 is now a penalty instead of the 6 again call, Tomo. There's probably similar numbers last year, but we just didn't realise with the 6 to go. The play just continued.
I suppose, yeah. And when you consider the impact that penalties can have on games now, in terms of momentum, they're already up here inside Brisbane's half to start this set of 6. Peter Hiku playing it. And 2 passes wide. Jason Taumalolo lines up in his 23rd derby against the Broncos this afternoon. Robson looking right, and he plays left. This is Gilbert. One of the young guns in the pack for Todd Payton's Cowboys. Dearden around the back here, and Nanai. That's a really good tackle. Albert Kelly. Tamalolo tries to get around them. They've sent Adam Reynolds barreling out the back. Not the first, won't be the last. Townsend tries to find the in-goal. Look out! Selwyn Cobbo! The young gun is away. The Hammer's cruising in second gear and got to him.
Cruising? He was jogging, the Hammer. He dead set, looked down at his laces, made sure they were both done up tight, and just started jogging.
Well, when Cobbo gets it in that situation, more often than not, it's a try. And Carrigan straightens with his run, beat a couple. Oh, the offload didn't quite go to hand. And they've lost a bit of ground there as a consequence. Brendan Palacia picked it up. Here goes Haas.
Oh, that's better. That's a lot better. Just straighten hard. That's the way to do it.
Turpin now for Carrigan. Tackle made by Hess. 13 out. Kelly goes to the in goal, and it's too deep from Albert Kelly, and Felt's going to rush back and try and start us quickly on the 20.
Yeah, a bit of rush of blood there from Albert Kelly. A little bit too heavy with the right boot, but Cowboys they just need to be careful in their ruck defence area. Some easy meters by the Broncos.
I like to look at this early. They're happy to use the ball, both teams. That's Nanai, the 19-year-old. And here's the veteran front rower, Jordan McLean. 12 metres over the halfway. Hess out the back. Dearden playing on. And Gilbert in support. Oh, it might have been an arm around the head there from Turpin.
Yeah, that was careless.
I understand, Jake. I understand that. Still duty of care.
I wonder if they'll take the 2. It's almost a gimme.
So Townsend has put the ball down on the mark. And they are going to have a shot at penalty goal here in the 8th minute of the game.
Chad, still 2. 2 guys.
Right. On report, Jake Turpin. So Paul Borton says this is a gimme. Outside the 30 to the left of the sticks.
Back in my day.
Yeah, you'd have toe poked it over
I could have got this one.
Old Leather Steeden.
Yeah.
That was it. What about when it was wet? Couldn't get it off the ground.
So Val Holmes kicked 5 goals from 6 attempts in the big win over Canberra last week. She's a gimme. 2-0.
Herbie, Albert, time it. Time me, guys.
Early penalty goal to North Queensland. I'd say we're 3/4 full here at Suncorp. A bit of rain is being forecast for later this evening around southeast Queensland, but it should stay dry for the 80 minutes out here. And now he's an overlap. And now Holmes joining in. They wanted a hammer, didn't they? They got Tulangi out in this left-hand wing, who offers a fair bit of speed himself. Good finisher, Murray Tulangi. He's a Kiwi. I reckon he'd have a New Zealand jumper in his sights when we see our next round of international football. Here goes McLean now into the halfway.
Cohen Hess down with it's like a burner or something in his shoulder.
Looks like it's a bit worse than that, Paul. They've called to the bench. He'll be coming off. Now Townsend kicks out wide towards Cole Felt. Ball bounces. Danger. Oh, Nano got it back and rolled it through. And New gets back there. They want to hold him up and drag him. Tessie New's got good skill. He's got all the talent in the world, this Jeremiah Nano. It's danger when you let the ball bounce, but he was just cool there and rolled it close to the in goal, and that is a forlorn-looking Cohen Hess off up the tunnel.
Well, as soon as the players these days, they're going to nearly have to start just diving on the ground. Like if he dives on the ground and no one gets pulled up for a voluntary tackle, so there's that still a rule that's gone out of there. You just dive on the ground, champ.
Make sure
and they can't drag you back. As soon as they put their hand on you, that's a tackle.
Well, Reynolds tries to get some angle towards the sideline. Good pick up. Oh, and there's a really determined run. Probably hasn't found his best football at North Queensland, Jordan McLean. Yeah, a good stage to find his best. He's an Australian representative, of course. Now Cotter's out there in place of Cohen Hess. Talmalolo in the centre of the ground. 9 metres from Brisbane's line. Carrigan the tackler. Robson sends it right. Townsend's going to kick early. Who forced the restart with that lovely kick, is our first try scorer.
Yeah, that's a great play by the Cowboys. And Chad Townsend, well, he's the architect in this play. If you look here on the replay, Isuzu D-Max, he just threads that one beautifully through on the right foot. It looked like they were going to play out the back. Nice ball from Robson. Chad Townsend looks to pass, but then bang, just a little dinky behind, and well, Tessie knew he was up in the line defending as an extra man. No one at home at the back.
And all comes on the back of the restart. It's trying to be too hard on Tessie, but you just got to assess the situation and get to ground as soon as you can. Jonathan Thurston.
Yeah, it was great work there by Chad Townsend, who identified Tessie New at a defender. That's the first defender off the ruck there. He gets a player coming underneath him, Ruben Cotter, which brings the line forward, and then he just threads the needle, and Jeremiah Nano, who got the restart, gets the first points, the first try for the Cowboys.
I'll tell you what I have noticed up here in the box is that the blue shirt, which has been worn by Alan Langer for the last 30 years, it's got Matt Ballin's got it today. Former great Manly hooker. So I'm just wondering if Jonathan or Emma, I can see Emma down there, they might find out from the Brisbane bench where Alfie is. Might be Crook.
MIA.
HIA.
Something IA.
Something IA. He might be at the Caxton.
Yeah, he could be. But he wouldn't have missed a Brisbane game for 100 years, Alf.
Maybe he thinks it's a late game. hit the first kick of the afternoon beautifully, Holmes. It travelled about 60 metres, that penalty goal, and he's next to the post here from an easier angle, and he's nailed that one too.
Time you run.
Jeremiah Nanai. He's the hottest signature of the players off contract. 19 years of age. And there is a line of clubs who are vying for his services. He's seen by a lot of teams as one of the best up-and-coming forwards in the game. Here's Gilbert. JT.
Just an injury update on Colin Hess. I asked the physio, Steve Sartori, if it was just a burner. He said it's more than that. It could possibly be a sublux shoulder. So we'll find out more.
Hey, I've got some news. Alfie's got COVID. Holmes through them. Connor's there in support. Holmes doesn't need them. Holmes! Val Holmes as he slide now. Oh, they stopped him. I don't know how he didn't go.
They're shot both edges.
Dearden now, he's just got to get it out there. It's a 3-on-3. Corey Oates with the intercept. And Oates, he's not striding out like he might have 5 or 6 years ago.
Corey, he'd be under the post by now.
Here's Cobbo. No wonder he wanted to move to the back row.
Yeah, but that's a really bad bomb try by the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They had like 5 on 3. The wayward pass. Well done by Corey, saw it coming.
So, Payne Haas, well, they have somehow avoided that. Bit of experience from Corey Oates, wasn't it? Get up there and try to save the try in some manner. I don't think he expected to come down with the ball in his hands. Albert Kelly steps up. A kick towards Tulangi's wing, and he's allowed to take that. And the tackle made comfortably there by Selwyn Cobbo.
Well, have a look at Val Holmes there, left foot bang. He got Tony Staggs, then fended him off. It was a great effort. He did everything bar score the try here. He come within millimetre. You see the camera angle on the post. Wow.
Another penalty.
Line speed.
At the moment, Cameron, North Queensland looking by far the better.
Yeah, well, they are, and they're moving the ball quite fluently as well, and just trying to test out the Broncos' edges. As you see the boss there, Kevy Walters. Wouldn't be overly concerned at 8-0. Pretty important set coming up here to defend this one.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, Cam, too, like we think about those amazing games these clubs played, like the 15 grand final, but either side of that, there was a whole run of games that were, that almost always go to Golden Point. You were playing against the clubs at the time, but watching those games, like you must have been captivated like anyone else.
Yeah, I think so. It was a game that I think all rugby league fans tuned in for, not just Broncos fans or North Queensland fans or Queenslanders. It was everyone in the league. But all the games, you think about some of the games up in Townsville, like the extra times. Well, it was almost a field goal-a-thon, wasn't it? Yeah. For about 2 or 3 years there. And one man that was involved in a lot of those is down the sideline today, JT. Broke a few Broncos fans' hearts. And Jack Granville's off the bench too. He was part of it all. It's hard to really portray just the closeness and just the excitement around clashes between those clubs through 14, 15 and 16. Could have played them on Mars and they would have found a way to come up with a Golden Point game back then. Now Townsend. Oh, Cobbo's lost this. What's he saying? Well, they're in front of the kicker?
I don't believe he goes for a catch.
Oh.
Just shoves it.
I don't believe he goes for the catch.
Yeah,
Well, looked like he was contesting it. This will be interesting.
From where we were sitting, it looked like he went for the ball here.
He's going for the ball. They should be challenging this. Surely he goes for the ball.
Well, Tuolangi, he had eyes for the football, and he actually raises his arms to catch the ball, and
That's
the referee.
That's a G up.
The referee said he didn't believe he was going for it, Pat.
Wow.
Bit slow to his feet there, Jordan Ricky that time. Now Carrigan.
He's holding an arm or a rib.
No burner.
Playing Haas, look at this. Look at this. Now Albert Kelly, good ball, Cape ball. Tries to cut back inside of them. Now, Albert Kelly and Adam Reynolds are two opposite players, aren't they? But they're a good combination. Reynolds the organiser and Kelly's that instinctive half. Can do anything. Oh, those freakish sort of players. Reynolds' kick is pinpoint accurate. And Tuolangi is tackled. Holmes was making a nuisance of himself, but he's pinned near his goal line.
Possession and field position going to be at a premium now, Tomo. Just seen a couple of sprinkles, a couple of drops of rain, and there's a little bit on the way.
He looks a shot duck, Jordan Ricky, still holding onto his ribs. He can hardly walk, let alone run. He's out on the wing at the moment.
They get some of these speedmen over there. It might be worth having a crack towards that side. That's the way they're coming now. But it's Taumalolo perched out on an edge that time. They get to tackle 5 now. Reynolds and Carrigan combining in the tackle. Townsend kicks straight down the field, and Tessie knew. Now Ricky's off. Ryan James is going to go on to replace him. Big Corey Oates is on a run of 3 games straight where he scored tries. Brought up his 100th career try last week. One of only 5 other Broncos players, so 6 overall now, that have reached the century of tries for the club. Now Reynolds is going to dink over the top on the 4th, and there's a bit of run in this. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. It looked like it was going to hop dead, but it just pulled up.
Yeah, beautiful kick there by Adam Reynolds. That's the experience of a 200-plus gamer. Well, the captain, he's seen the hammer. He's defending quite shallow today in behind the defensive line. He just in a little bit of space down that right-hand corner. He got a gold bounce just to sit up beautifully. Have a look in there, chasing his own kick. Well done.
We're seeing the value of experienced halves in both teams here, aren't we, Paul? There was a real panic and lack of stability about these teams last year. It doesn't seem to be there now.
No, Adam for the Bronx and Chad for the Cowboys have both been around a long, long time, and people questioned why they were buying Chad Townsend, North Queensland, but he's proven in the first 3 weeks just how valuable he's going to be for this club. The voice of reason.
Just like you. So a chance here, the Broncos closing in for the first time really in the game. Left they go. Reynolds, short pass away. There's Herbie. 6 more after 3rd tackle. The Cowboys' defence has been good in the first couple of weeks. They've only conceded 12 points per game, which is a vast improvement on the 31 on average that they conceded per game last year. James now. And Carrigan and Haas. Three tackles crossed off now. Long pass to Reynolds and Tessie knew that was lovely work to catch it in one hand. Gets it back to Reynolds now. And the Broncos half-back and captain is put down 11 metres out. Carrigan again. Just as we said, they look like they got good direction. They've sort of lost their way a little bit on this set. Let's see what Reynolds can offer here. Kick towards the end goal. Oh, knocked back by Townsend.
Well, they lost their way a little bit there when they just got a little bit offload happy. Adam Reynolds got caught with the ball, Tomo, on tackle 4. So he's the main man. He was the one that's setting up all the follow-up tackle plays. Cowboys, it was great defence there on their own try line.
Nice offload and good run by Gilbert. Get outside the 20-metre line. Approaching the 23rd minute mark here. North Queensland 8, Brisbane 0. Sunday footy from Suncorp. A rare Sunday afternoon in the sun. Here at the Cauldron. Saw Fatty take it out of the King and Lockie on the way in. The statue's outside. You give the King a rub on the head, Fatty?
I gave him a rub.
He's had a bad hamstring for a while.
It wasn't on his head. Love the King. He'll be here somewhere, I reckon, today.
Farmworth now. Dearden's trying to rip it off him.
That's a good run,
Isn't it? Super player. Carrigan into a bit of space here. Offloading to New. Nice work by the Broncos. Reynolds plays out to Kelly on the boot again. It's bouncing all over the shot. Oh, here's a chance. Oh, Herbie's been pushed over. Oh, this will be a sin bin. It might be a penalty try.
Yes.
It's every option on the table here.
Big decision to come.
Okay.
Listen to the ref first.
We're back to tackle 1. We've got a penalty try.
Oh, he's gone off already.
Can you review contact, please?
Well, I reckon they've got to go right back to the initial play or the bust. There could have potentially been someone offside in front of the kick here.
Oh.
And if that's Capewell, is he in front?
Does he get involved?
And does he chase?
Kurt Capewell at this stage is in front of the kicker. We'll just monitor his progress.
Monitor the progress.
He gets involved.
Yeah, he gets involved.
So
the
Cowboys will receive a penalty.
Oh, gee, that beats the alternative, doesn't it?
He's not far offside, but he is.
Yeah. Now this will be a Cowboys penalty. They survived a scare there.
So I think what the ref's looking at is by the time he finishes the kick there, is he in front
Yeah, all
of
right.
Kurt Capewell? That's what I think they're looking at.
The kicker goes past the point, and Kurt Capewell is now placed onside.
Yes.
Just looking at the next kick.
Wow.
That's why they went back to it 2 or 3 times, and you know what? I agree with them. I think by the time he put his ball to the boot,
All right.
he was in front.
Now we've got to check another offside, I reckon, Fatty.
Just looking to rule on Herbie Farnworth, whether he's on or offside.
Herbie's on, isn't he?
No, he's in front there, I reckon, Tomo. Can't see
Playing
the
on to
ball.
this point.
Oh,
He's on.
I think he's on.
I reckon he was on.
Once again, by the time Capewell's boot hits that ball, I think he's on. So this will be play on. Now we have to look at what happens here.
Now, Felt, well, he's in front of Kyle Felt, so he's got the running, and Felt just goes back.
Yes.
Oh.
But there's Cotter any chance of
Well, that's what they
getting
have to
there
work
first?
Herbie Farnworth is the only player in front of the ball. Kyle Feld is behind him. In our opinion, Herbie Farnworth would have got to the ball if it hadn't been for a tackle from Kyle Feld. We have a decision.
Penalty try.
Yeah, I'd like to see that the last bit again, because there is
What are you laughing at?
there is actually a North Queensland player there in the vicinity.
they've ruled on Kyle Felt.
Yeah.
But what about the other 2 Cowboys players? Were they a chance? Anyway, it's a try to the Broncos. It's a penalty try. Oh, plenty happening.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Well, this is exciting, isn't it? So we get cleared in the end. Onside, I agree. The Isuzu D-Max replay. Onside, yes.
Now let's have a look at the right of screen here. You know what? They're probably right there. That bounced up, and he would have beaten the other 2 Cowboys to it.
Look, you're more than likely right, but in these things you have to be 100% sure. 100%. Not 99, 100. Jonathan Thurston.
Yeah, tough going there for the Cowboys. I thought on the replay both players were in front of the kicker when it got to the foot, but that is not the case, and the Broncos get their first points of the night. And I think, does Kyle Felt get a sin bin there? Like, is that a professional foul?
No, it's one or the other, JT. The Broncos on the board.
Time off. Just goal line that 10 metre before was you. Just got to time it, eh? It's too early for that.
So 8-6 now. So Cam, just what JT asked there is a legitimate question. There'll be people at home going, "Well, it's a professional foul. Why isn't he in the sin bin?"
No.
Yeah, so if they opt for if the referees opt for the option of penalty try, the 4 points goes to the Broncos and they get to kick from in front, no matter where the try is scored. Now, if they were unsure that the try was going to be scored, if it's not 100, if they weren't 100% that Herbie Farnworth was going to get to that ball, it'd be a sin bin to Kyle Felt and a penalty to the Broncos.
Nicely explained. And Payne Haas, who's been unbelievable, as he always is. His post-contact meters are just off the charts, Payne Haas. The first contact from the defenders, and then he carries them. I don't think I've ever seen anyone like it.
No, but it's because no one tackles these days. No one actually hits them on the puts them on the deck. They're happy to grab hold of Payne and maybe let him go another 5, 6, 7 metres while their players get back on side. That's the state of the game at the moment.
Tessie New, real live wire. Just short of the halfway line. Turpin for Carrigan. And the last tackle now. Up she goes again, Reynolds. And the hammer takes it well. Cobbo bearing down on him.
Stand square, try and wait.
They compare him to Greg Inglis, Cam. It's a big, long, athletic stride on Selwyn Cobbo, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's a big athletic man, and he's had a wonderful start to his career. A little bit of talk about him playing one as well. Yeah, fullback position.
Here's Ruben Cotter. Tackled by Payne Haas, 10 short of the halfway line. Townsend kicks long, and that took an unfair hop forward and over the back. 7 tackle set. JT, some breaking news sideline.
Yeah, sure is. Jordan Ricky came off the field earlier clutching his ribs. Just spoke to the doc for the Broncos. He said he's getting taken off for scans to the ribs.
Okay. Big loss, Jordan Ricky.
Yeah, so's Cohen Hess for the Cowboys. Since he started playing prop under Todd Payton, he's been one of their best forwards of all, in the towards the end of last year and this year. But he's just learning how strong he can play. He just runs straight and hard, as opposed to his second row days where he got a bit lost. So he'll be a loss for the Cowboys as well.
Yeah. This is Kobe Hendrickson now. One of 5 debut Broncos from last season. Nice pass to Reynolds, and now Palacia, who got crushed.
Oh, that inside pass was on then too.
Left foot kick by Reynolds. That was neat. And up goes the hammer, and he gets above Selwyn Cobbo.
Stand now. Wait.
And Holmes tackled around the legs by Turpin. The Broncos want to try to keep North Queensland down here. Here's Kyle Felt. He's been the Cowboys' leading try scorer the past 6 seasons, Kyle. Now Hiku shoved back. Kurt Capel, the main tackler there. Now Taumalola. Another long kick by Townsend. Here's Corey Oates. Takes a while to wind up these days, Corey. How easy to tackle than he was when he first came on the scene. Here's Tessie New. And Farnworth is just sort of settled into a bit of a holding pattern here at the moment. Neither team wanting to flinch. Carrigan plays out the back to Adam Reynolds. Dummy to Palacia. Here's a chance. Katoni Staggs almost into the backfield. Dearder missed him. Staggs goes again. And Reynolds has got it. It went it's a knock on, is it? Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, that was a lovely play by the Broncos.
Shot clock on. Yeah.
It was a nice shift play out to the right. Look how he just holds this ball up, and he stood Valentine Holmes still for just half a second, which allowed Katoni Staggs to the outside. He wasn't held, brushed off 2 defenders. And
he got a hand on the way down.
Did he get a fingertip? As we see the high shot, look at this play here. Just stands Valentine Holmes up for half a second. That's good sleight of hand by an experienced player, and wow. That was 4 points for all money if the old boy could hold on to it. He's not happy.
Wait for it. Break.
It's another close one. Even last year, when both clubs were in the doldrums, they managed to have a 1-point game, 19-18 in round 9. The Cowboys are winning up there at home. Ooh.
Wow, that's okay, Seth. They normally get penalised.
Yeah.
Legs above the horizontal.
Knock on.
Now, in a captain's challenge, can you go back to the previous tackle and challenge that went above the horizontal? Can you challenge?
No, to play the ball.
I think it's, yeah.
Hasn't been for ages.
Just that.
Here it is here.
Just dangerous position on the chest.
That's every day of the week, isn't it?
Every day of the week in the current game, yes. He was never in danger.
Yeah.
Oh, they are? Are they?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, Kobe on report. We've got a scrum.
Report. 2 tackles ago.
We've got a scrum. It's still a scrum.
see. So the player can be put on report.
Yeah. There's no penalty from that.
Right? It's gone past it, unfortunately.
So essentially, by putting him on report here, they're saying, well, there was an act of foul play, but we missed it.
All right, good opportunity for the Broncos. They've looked pretty dangerous the last couple of attacking sets.
I mean, I don't want to keep harking back to the glory days, but
yes,
every second tackle was like that in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And there's no dramas. Look at me.
Reynolds, dummy to kick, and he goes to Staggs. Well, Val's only a new centre, and he's going to know he's in a game today, marking this big unit, Katoni Staggs. Scored a try with his first touch of the ball in the NRL, Katoni. A few years back here at Suncorp. Turpin. They hammer around the legs. Cotter there as well. The Broncos in very handy position here. Under 8 minutes until the break. Turpin, Reynolds, nice work. He stepped inside of Nanai. 6 more. The pressure's right on North Queensland now. Here's Herbie Farnworth. Herbie! Didn't quite reach the line. This will take a huge effort from the visitors to hold them out here. Kobe Hetherington. Plenty of numbers right. They play flat. Carrigan. Tackle made there by Reece Robson. Now Reynolds, he goes to New. He's got Staggs there. They go through their hands. One bounce, Selwyn Cobber. Nope.
Great defence by the Cowboys. They're reading the plays well. They're adjusting well. They're sliding well. And they had that covered.
Oh, how close is that?
It's pretty close. The cover came.
If Selwyn Cobbo, this time again, he may have opted to come in field there. They just need to show a little bit more patience. A couple of tackles up their sleeve. We see here the vision on the corner post. Oh,
good camera view. Well, the Cowboys haven't seen the other end of the field for a while. They're still in front, though, and half-time on the horizon. Oh, big, strong push in the tackle there. Murray Tulangi. Griffin Meme. Doesn't travel far. Oh, penalty. They were wedged down in their own end again there. So that's a frustrating penalty from Kevin Walters' point of view.
good timing for the Cowboys. That penalty. Kev, no, he's all smiles. He's happy.
I think that was a grimace.
Oh, grimace. That was good timing for the Cowboys. They looked like they were struggling to get out of their own end.
Hey, I saw Craig Bellamy laughing in the coach's box in the match yesterday. Did you see that? That must be a first.
That never happened.
It happened. I saw it.
He wouldn't have been having with the laughing at the last play.
No. Unbelievable game, that one. Might have been special effects. Townsend. Tabuai Fido and a pass there to Gilbert, who's wrapped up by Reynolds. Good quick play the ball, that one. And Dearden's going to run. He got it back to Townsend. He's going to stab it through. Oates quickly along there. Oh, there's a collision. Tessie New was part of it. Kyle Felt's been knocked badly too. Oh, Kyle Felt. Oh, up they come. They're offside. But eyes on Kyle Felt here. He's not in all that good a shape, although seems to be all right now. He was pretty groggy after that collision.
It's a three-way. It's a menage. And Felt comes out of it worse. Kevin, Kurt Capewell, big off-season buy. To me, they're not using him enough. He's not getting involved enough. And because the ball goes past him a lot, goes behind him a lot. And he's a devastating runner when he's on. And on the first couple of weeks, he's hardly touched the ball. He's, in general play, he's great. He's a great steadier, but they need to get him more involved.
Yeah, well, he's doing a lot of defensive work, Fatty. He's putting a lot of pressure on the kickers, a lot of pressure on the halves, but outside of being a strong ball carrier, like, he's got pretty good hands as well, good skill. You could use him up a lot more, particularly with Herbie outside him. Maybe down some short side plays.
Reynolds to Keenan Palacia now. So half-time, 3.5 away. Can the Broncos take a lead into half-time here? Albert Kelly gets a pass away. Here's Kate Ball. He's got a big, strong fend, but Peter Hiku puts him to ground. Reynolds had plenty of time, chips over the top. Hammer takes it easily. I was expecting points here. I thought it'd be a real sort of shootout style game, but it's been the opposite. Felt now. Second half might see it open up a little bit, but both teams look like they've been shy to touch. Oh, that's a big tackle. Oh, that's a big shot. Palacia.
He's a bit dusty too, Val.
Oh, penalty. That's a crusher penalty.
He's got in an awkward position after the initial contact. Everything was fine up until that point. It was a good hit. And then just a little bit of a squash of the head and neck area there. Jono.
Yeah, well, the last time the Cowboys were attacking the Broncos line, Chad Townsend put in a tackle-3 kick and turned the ball over. They've hardly been down this end, so they need to ask some good questions down here of the Broncos' defensive line.
Yeah, they've got 2 minutes before half-time to do it, JT. Played here by Taumalolo. Ball goes away to Townsend, then Cotter joining in, a juggle by Dearden. He was seen as the future of the Brisbane club at one stage, Tom Dearden. Things can change fast in this game. Reuben Cotter. They've used 3 tackles on this set. Townsend runs onto it, gives it away to Hiku. He's slow to his feet now.
I'll be looking at a kick here.
Here's Taumalolo. Short pass. Griffin Neame. Oh, the ball playing Jason Taumalolo. Who'd have thought it? That was a beautiful pass.
Did that just happen? Wow, Taumalolo. That's as good as I've seen this year. Beautiful short pass skills. Isuzu, D-Max replay. This is magnificent.
Oh.
Shape to pass it long, and then just a little tiddler to Neame. Look, that's a beautiful pass.
Isn't it?
I think where it all worked from there, Fatty, was Adam Reynolds. He thought it was going out the back for all money. He's thinking, well, Jason Taumalolo, he's not a ball player. He's not going to play short to his fellow forward, but Griffin Neame, he's scored there.
He's been getting some private coaching with Jonathan Thurston, Jason Taumalolo.
He certainly has, Jace. It's the movement around the back from Tommy Dearden and that interest, Adam Reynolds there, the number 7, and he's on his outside foot, and that just opens up the hole for Griffin Neame to go through. A nice little out ball there from Jason Taumalolo, but it's the work out the back from Chad Townsend that interests Adam Reynolds, and Griff, look at him go, the redhead.
Yes.
Griff, put a maroon and white jersey on him. That could have been Paul Vaught.
Well, he's a bit faster and bigger and stronger.
And buffed.
And buff, yeah. But he's rocking the redhead.
You're on a similar salary, weren't you? $1 million a year for 10 years?
$6,000 a year, I went down there for.
In 1962, that was a lot of money.
79.
30 years, $1 million a year for 30 years with the footy show.
Oh, please. You had that end. That ended well.
It's Valentine Holmes to push it out to beyond a converted try. Oh, yeah. He's kicking beautifully. Well, that was fun. And we got more to come. And the Cowboys, who have not enjoyed coming to Suncorp recently, are in good shape at halftime. It's 14-6.
Thank you, JT. Thank you, Todd. The Broncos with a bit of work to do in this second half. It's back to our commentary team, Matt Thompson.
Thanks, Danica. This is a good half of footy in prospect here. 14-6. A little bit of Taumalolo brilliance just before half-time. Not the usual physical dominance we're used to seeing from him, but some beautiful ball playing and setting up a try assist to Jason Taumalolo to push that lead beyond 6 points. The 8-point gap always very handy, but you were thinking there were going to be points in this game, and there may well be in the second half. Both teams have completed really well. It's been a good standard game. 16 of 19 for Brisbane, 16 of 18 for North Queensland. 2 tries to 1 in favour of the Cowboys. Start fast, the instructions from Todd Payton Camp.
Yeah, start fast, and certainly got the cattle to do that. They do receive the ball from the Broncos in the second half, so yeah, we're thinking that there may be some more points, a lot more points than what we've seen in the first 40 minutes.
Of course, it's multicultural round rugby league. It is one of the most culturally diverse sports in Australia and New Zealand. Multicultural round is the way each of us have a cultural heritage worth celebrating wherever you're from, wherever you arrive. We are stronger together. A big second half at Suncorp. It's so good to see the fans packed in here and with a sense of optimism about what their team can do this year. All indications are both of these clubs are on the way up. It's been a hard watch the last couple of years. If you're a fan of North Queensland or Brisbane. There's Gilbert. He's done some strong things on that left edge. Geared now. Reynolds with the tackle, and Robson firing it back for a long Townsend kick. Oh, that's a bit of a nuisance, and Corey's got to bend right down, all 6'8" of it, to pick it up. Here's Tessie New. And Farnworth. And Carrigan this time.
Yeah, he's been strong. Being their best go forward man, Patrick Carrigan.
He's had a real good mix of carrying the ball into the line today and ball playing as well with these other forwards, Fatty.
Yes, he has. And his first 3 weeks of the comp, absolutely outstanding. He's found a bit of pace. He's lost a bit of weight. Very good. But if I was Kevin, I wouldn't waste too much time before I got Billy Walters out in the dummy half. Maybe give Jake Turpin 10, 12 minutes, and then because Billy will make a difference. He's shown that last week.
Lungi. Holmes now. Good tackle, Turpin. Cut his legs away from underneath. Townsend inside 40. Tessie New just lets the ball bounce up and hit him in the midriff, and the chasers come down. He's tackled 15 out from his own line.
Yeah, it's not a bad tactic there by Townsend. That's showing his experience. Just an early kick to the corner, turning the big Broncos forward pack around, trying to just sap a little energy. They've got some good scoreboard pressure, Tomo. 8 points leading, so the more they can play up the other end, the better for the Cowboys in the second half.
Here's Ryan James. Back in Queensland after a shortish stint with the Raiders. And then Reynolds, 40-20 attempt. Oh, it's out on the full. Oh, it's a fine line, isn't it?
Millimetres in that one. Powerful kick. Touches right there. That was a fair way away. He's not even...
Keenan. Have to get his
And that's
mate.
exactly the result that the Cowboys were looking for after that early kick by Townsend. Early kick takes the big ruck players out of the first 2 or 3 tackles for the Broncos, and they find themselves only 35 metres out on the last tackle, and Adam Reynolds, he went for the big play and just missed.
What's happening here?
This way, guys.
Oh, it's Palacia getting the blood removed from his jersey. Cam, have they been conservative, these teams, with the ball today? Look, there's been no real trick shots. It's been pretty simple stuff from both teams.
Yeah, fairly simple, and as we've seen, high completion. So that may have been the message coming into this game, is making sure we have high completions. But I must say, the defensive efforts by both teams has been pretty impressive as well. They've been showing some good resilience on their try line.
Okay, here we are.
But I do feel there's a feeling that this game's about to open up.
Jason, use your foot.
Here's Griffin Neem. Try scorer before the break. Robson and Dearden and Tom Gilbert. The strapped up Palacia there to make the tackle. Good shot. Staggs on Holmes. I think Tony's winning the points battle in that showdown. Here goes Cotter now. He'll try and play a quick look at this. He's struggling to get up. Neem for Townsend. Jeremiah Nanai steps into Capel. Fit the last. Plenty of Cowboys out left here. We might be about to see one across for the wing. Now Tulangi's making a leap at it. The ball's on the ground. It's picked up. The Broncos have got it back and they're shoved. The ball came out actually, but it had been grounded. Reynolds was there.
It wasn't complete. It was still moving. It was still always moving. It was never complete. It was moving.
Heard the referee there that he was still moving. The tackle wasn't complete on Selwyn Cobbo. Oh. Might have to check on this angle. The ball touched.
Oh.
Well, the ball has touched the ground there.
That's a tackle.
Yeah.
Elbow carrying the ball in that arm, hits the deck.
Oh, no.
This is out on the floor.
Oh, no.
So it's a double
Last
whammy.
2 kicks from Reynolds.
Whammy and whammy, because to me, that was a tackle.
Now, do you take the 2 here, Fat?
You know what? It doesn't do you much good.
No.
I would actually keep the pressure on.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, they just talking about it, having just wandering around. Just come on, let's go, bang, get
They're
stuck
gonna
in
take the 2.
And they no.
Hang on, what did he point at? Oh, he sold a dummy.
Yeah, he sold a dummy. He's got you there, Tomo.
He got me good and proper. He's pointing at the big screen saying, we'll take the tap. Oh, he's a likely customer, this Griffin Neem. Robson, Dearden, they're shot out wide. Holmes over. He flew through the air, Valentine Holmes. The Cowboys have got their tails up.
Now that's a great try by the Cowboys. And just the deception in and around the middle of the park here by Taumalolo. This is a set play for sure once we get the high replay. Just have a look at Taumalolo there. You got Adam Reynolds in on the Isuzu D-Max replay. He just sucked Adam Reynolds in, which allowed space on the outside. Well, there he is, Val Holmes, with all the acrobatic skills that you'll see from the best in the game. As we look at this replay again here in slow-mo, just look at Taumalolo and the threat that he possesses. He just catches Adam Reynolds, which then puts Tony Staggs under a whole heap of pressure. They rush in. And, well, Val Holmes, that's all he needed. Look at Tony Staggs there. Just,
mate, Cameron, Tony was racing in anyway. Didn't matter what happened on the inside. He panicked, felt as though he had to get up and try and make the tackle, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But if you miss,
that's right,
then you're in trouble.
Well, number one rule is if you rush out of the line, you stop the ball.
That's what you've got to do, and unfortunately that didn't work, and that's why they're now down 18-6, kick to come. He's making a good fist of being in the centres, Val Holmes.
Well, he used a bit of his wing skill with that put down. He's turned into a good goal kicker. He hits the ball sweet. He's taken it a long way back here too. Yeah, what, 27 metres out? So cutting down the angle. Oh, have a look at that. What a kick by Holmes.
Wait for the clock. It's on your run.
Well, that try has come directly off 2 kicks out on the full by Adam Reynolds. One in general play, and then a goal line dropout. He made sure of it that time as Griffin Neem bullocks his way back and gets outside the 10. Handy lead this for North Queensland now, Jonathan Thurston.
Yeah, it certainly is, Tomo. I just want to give Reece Robson a wrap. Watch this bullet-like pass, and then you'll see Tom Dearden come off his right foot, which gets to the outside of Katoni Staggs, and that's all that Tommy Dearden need. But Reece Robson, a great ball out of dummy half.
It's his 50th NRL game today. Signed by North Queensland from the Dragons. He hadn't really secured a regular place in their top team, but he offers them a lot out of dummy half. Not just his passing game, but there's a fair bit of skill and good speed to come with it. So the Broncos, they've got to find an answer here. This is far from beyond them, but let's see if they can get up the other end and apply a bit of pressure. So Selwyn Cobbo, great game against Souths and to open the season. Selwyn, couple of 100 running metres. He's a total busting machine. Here's Carrigan now. Again, it's all up the middle stuff from Brisbane. Turpin, away to Palacia. Reynolds, spiral bomb. Tabuai Fido sets himself. Has not missed a beat at fullback, the Hammer. Made an Origin debut in the centres last year for Queensland. They've actually got some stability in this back line for the first time in a while, North Queensland. They were alternating with Val at fullback, and I mean Drinkwater's not even in this squad today, but he'd been playing fullback and 5'8". Been a bit of a moving feast. There's Billy Walters. Oh, good run, Cotter. Nearly pulled through there. And Taumalolo. Carrigan the tackler. Robson working short side. Townsend sends it up in the air. Now the Hammer's after it. Oh, Oates was trying to help him out. I reckon he might have gotten his way.
I think he's done a yaws there. Yaws. Great take by Tessie New in the end. But for the Broncos, with only... Well,
Herbie.
Good run by Herbie. For the Broncos, they're going to have to do a little bit more than just 5 hit-ups for a kick.
Yeah.
They're down by 14 points. That's a good run by Payne Haas, but they're going to have to start asking questions.
Well, two of their better players are the two centres, Katoni Staggs and Herbie Farnworth. And we saw Herbie last week against Canterbury had a blinder. You know why? Because he got early ball, and it gave him the room to move, which we found out what he can do. That hasn't happened so far today. Katoni's made a couple of half breaks, but down the left-hand side, Herbie's got no quality ball at all. Billy Walters in a dummy half. Let's hope he can create something.
He's looked sharp, hasn't he? Started, I think he played 5'8" in the opening game of the year, dropped back to this bench role, but he's a cheeky player. He's a chip off the old block, Billy Walters. That's Helam Lukey, just out there, number 15. Another emerging back rower that Todd Payton has on the books here. Reuben Cotter now. I think flash about this set either. I suppose when you're leading 20 points to 6, you can play a little bit conservative, and that kick is the icing on the cake there. Dearden's happy to shoot it over the touchline.
Yeah, well, for the Cowboys at the moment, it's just all about field position and holding the football, and it's a nice kick there by Dearden. What they're trying to do to the Broncos is just trying to slowly take the game away from them, wind the clock down, take a little bit more energy out of their big men. But for the Broncos, there's no reason why they can't be asking questions from their own half. They've got great attacking players. They've got good halves that don't mind running the football. They don't want to leave themselves with no time on the clock.
Oh, no. Staggs has dropped this.
And that's an example of panicking.
Shot clock on.
20 to 6 down, 27
Middle
minutes
scrum.
left. That was going nowhere, that play. And he's looking to pass it before he even had it. Katoni. Well, the crowd, who was quite engaged in the first half, they've gone a bit quiet, a little bit shy. They've turned into. And North Queensland, if they take the crowd out of it, big bonus for them. By the way, great effort, Jake Turpin, 35 tackles today. Excellent effort. That was full.
Yeah. He's regularly past the 50 tackle mark in games, Jake Turpin. Tackle till midnight if he has to. Here goes Gilbert now. The point you make about the crowd's a very good one, Paul. That's half the battle, isn't it, for visiting teams when they come to Suncorp, not just at club level, but when you think Origin too, you've got to try and remove that hostility in the crowd. That's a third. That is so blatant, that 6 again on tackle number 3. This is puzzling stuff from the Broncos at the moment. So Jake Granville. He started as a Bronco many years ago. Plays his 17th derby today. Indeed, working something on the left. Holmes comes back on the inside. The hammer. They're trying to find the fullback. Doesn't need too much space to work some magic. The hammer traditionally. Now Granville. And Holmes has come over the other side of the ground. Gets it back to Jeremiah Nanai. Another Cowboys try here, and Brisbane have got a very big task on their hands to come back. Reuben Cotter. Cotter wrestling with Haas. And Billy Walters had to come in to help complete the tackle. Granville plays right. Townsend. Tabuai Fido. Pushed away from Herbie. It's the last. And Griffin Neame, well, doesn't know much about kicking, and he's happy to take the tackle.
Could you pick a worse bloke on the field? With all due respect, you get the ball on the last tackle. He didn't know what to do, so he just stuck his head down. Good on him.
Oh, they've lost it. Oh, dear. JT, yes.
Yes, talking about the crowd earlier, 37,761 have turned out to watch this match this afternoon.
It's a wonderful sight. I don't get many Sundays at the footy. It's very family-oriented, as you'd expect this time slot.
Okay, guys, bring it up. Seconds bind in. Heads down, guys. Block off. Tessie. Hold the weight. Stay with him, Adam. Break!
And Tabuai Fido. Left Cable behind, and Farnworth is there to wrap him up. Townsend to Gilbert. He's tough, isn't he? He's run straight and hard all afternoon. Tom Gilbert. Did it. They didn't buy the show and go there. Walters around the legs. Palacia up top. Granville now scampering. Away to Griffin Neame. He's already scored one. At long odds, he would have scored a double today. There's every chance he might. Townsend for the hammer. Now Nanai stepped inside of Kelly there, but the outside men came across and put him down. Here's the last Granville. He wants the in goal. It's been... Oh, no, it's another Broncos knock on.
Yeah, it's Albert Kelly. It was a tough pickup. It was a tough pickup. As we hear the referee, you can challenge.
Shot clock on.
They challenge to try and get a breather, Cam. Oh, they are.
He just got in. No, I get told. Okay, Joey.
Has he held this, though?
Got a captain's challenge from the Broncos.
When he just
Tackle
seen that
one, on-field decision, knock on.
quick replay, he may have held this. I think he's got his
Just
right
looking to
hand
determine
under.
if Albert Kelly knocks on or holds the ball up off the ground.
It's a tough one.
I think he gets his right hand. You'll see this view here.
Left hand gets to it first and then tucks it into the right hand, and whether it's hit the ground. on the way is the question. It's probably not the best angle. The angle from behind looked a little bit better. This one's from the side. Corey Oates on the way. No, I reckon
Albert,
catches it.
Albert Kelly's left hand pushes the ball up off the ground. His right hand then gets underneath the ball.
Good challenge.
The challenge is successful.
Oh.
Yes.
Our man,
Well done.
C. Smith, he was all over that up here.
That's a good challenge by the Broncos, and they needed it.
Tackle one. Back here.
They've done
Just here,
multiple tackles on their own line. I just don't know whether they would have held on for another 6. Now they got to do the tough yards.
All right, it's Herbie with the first run. Should they do anything for a penalty here, wouldn't they? Billy Walters. And this is Corey Jensen, who spent all of his NRL career at North Queensland, played 58 games for the club, and he's lining up for the first time as a Bronco this afternoon. Payne Haas slow to his feet. Now Carrigan. Reynolds, he needs to kick this firmly to a corner. He's found the hammer on the fly, though. Passes away here, and Holmes, it's not a great kick chase. Feels like there's a lack of energy out there for Brisbane. I thought they'd be charging after that kick. He's felt now. 3 tackles. They've gone 30, 40 metres here already on this set. McLean, he's fresh after a break. Granville, Cotter. Plays out to Dearden. Here's Tabuai Fido and Valentine Holmes. I read that one pretty easily. The Broncos outside defenders. So Granville goes back to Dearden. And Tessie News, the man. Oh, Nanai! What a take! This bloke is a gun of the future. He did that so easily.
Yeah, we might just have to check this one. I reckon it'd come off Chad Townsend first.
And went forward.
Yeah. I think you heard the referee there of the audio. He's awarded, but they want to check it on the ISU D-Max replay. Did, and he puts up a lovely little kick. And there's a great chase there by Chad Townsend, and he goes up. Well, does he get a touch? He may have got a touch there. We'll need a closer look at it.
Yeah, he's touched it.
Yeah, I think he's touched that.
And the referee did say, he said, I'm going to award this, but I need you to look at it. I'm not sure if he scored. It didn't go off him. So, definitely went off Townsend, right?
Oh, that's what we've seen, but we'll have to wait for the bunker.
Anyone? Hello? Where's the bunker gone?
What are we doing?
Earth the bunker. Hello.
It's Mr. Bunker there.
In the meantime, look at Chad. That's it. Look at him go, just into the players. He's the captain. He's bringing them up.
Oh. No, not
what's
yet.
happened? It's going to be given, isn't
What?
it? Well, they're walking back. Mate,
You can't see
Well,
nothing.
look, the bunker sees a lot more than we do, so I'm going to say that they've got a camera angle there that shows Townsend didn't touch it. So, yeah.
I suppose the fact the referee awarded it, they'll probably throw that in and given.
So Jeremiah Nanai, another one. He's a real superstar. You're going to see a lot of him. I know I'm sort of waxing lyrical a bit about him, but he is highly regarded, and you've seen evidence of his absolute talent here today. So Holmes to kick North Queensland out to a 20-point lead. Cowboys doing it really well here. 26-6. Brisbane have got to find something. And quick.
Well, we saw a great comeback from behind by Canberra last night against the Gold Coast. Gold Coast 22-0 just before half-time. Canberra came back and won that game.
How about that? Canberra couldn't get out of their own way in the first half.
He looked like he was ready for the gas at half-time. He actually was smiling at full-time. Good on you, Rick.
Here's McLean. It's a good run. Townsend's waiting for it. His kicking's been great, hasn't it? And look at this. A floating torpedo-style bomb. Good catch, Selwyn Cobbo. Let's see if he can break them open. Oh, look. Oh, are you serious? They'll end up in the Brisbane River.
Well, that's at least the third time or fourth time today that they forced a drop out with fantastic defence. Really, they're up. They are up, and the Broncos are not.
No. Look at them all.
No one back there to help the fullback.
Look at them all rush in here, Fatty.
Yeah. Well, in this situation, you get a sense. And you go, OK, there's three. Let's get in.
Oh, look at that. Was that Val Holmes? Adam Reynolds has gone for the... Well, he's gone for the quick dropout. He's kicked it over Val's head. It was going into touch for all money, and Val has leapt a couple of metres across the touchline and batted back in field. When he's already up by 20 points, here it is here. Reynolds, quick dropout. Have a look at this.
Whoa!
Now that's desperation,
isn't it? So Granville, one-handed pass from Gilbert, finds McLean, Dearden, and out to Holmes. He's coming back through the middle here. There's a few gaps just starting to appear in the centre for Brisbane. Granville, and Dearden now. That was forward. Oh, it wasn't? Well, the ref didn't think so anyway. Helen Lukey playing it. Dearden pops a kick up. Nanoi's there! Nanoi!
Got
another one!
Just make sure he holds it.
Jeremiah Nanoi!
Great try there by Nanai. And a good kick again by Dearden. He's put it perfectly right on the try line, standing the Broncos defenders still on the Isuzu D-Max replay. Here he comes here. Have a look at the kick pressure. No kick pressure by the Broncos. Oh. And it's a great try. What a back rower. That's a great back rower's try.
Well, we shone the big spotlight on Jeremiah Nanai at the start of the game. I don't think he expected to score a hat-trick. Unbelievable effort. He's a hell of a jumper for these high balls, although, like you said, Cam, there's not too much competition there, is there?
Yeah, well, it's gone on top of Cape. Well, it's just gone over Capewell's head. He's stuck. That's what happens when there's no kick pressure on a kicker like Dearden.
Yeah.
He can put it on a 10-cent piece if he wants, and that's just a result of what the Cowboys have done in this second half, Tomo. They've just been relentless, got through their sets, kicked long, and defended strongly.
I think the difference today has been the halves. Chad Townsend, Tom Dearden, outstanding. I mean, both 8.5 out of 10 games. With their efforts, their kicking game, their passing game, both been really good. And that's been the difference.
The Cowboys doing it in style here at Suncorp Stadium. They've scored 32, but it's the 6 points they've conceded so far that would be most pleasing for the coach. Touched on this earlier, that they conceded on average nearly 32 points a game last year. Short restart, felt always good in the air. They conceded 748 points in the season last year, which was their worst since 2002.
That hurt Kyle.
Oh,
he copped one in the head, I think. He copped one in the back. It's gone.
Live ladder. The Cowboys are second at the moment.
Wow.
So if notwithstanding a remarkable comeback by Brisbane, the Panthers will be the only unbeaten team in the competition after 3 weeks.
Probably shouldn't be surprised. Even without their gun Nathan Cleary, still plenty of class players there. Did nearly gets through again.
But it shows, Paul, that most games are competitive at this stage early in the year. You know, even the teams that have been down the bottom of the ladder for some time are given a hope. Dearden, here's another challenge for the back man. Oh, that was a good challenge, actually, but New came away with it. Only just Talangi had a catch on that.
You look at the picture there. Look how many Broncos players.
They're gone again.
Oh, wow. Stop it. It's another one.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you had a look at the high shot, there was about 5 or 6 Broncos players standing behind the Cowboys' defensive line. Flying off the line. Playing with energy, playing high energy.
Even that run
to give you good results.
Sorry, even that run, Paul. There's no real desperation to get down and run hard and get back in the field of play there. That's how it looks from a distance. Now look at this. Oh, that went 10. He threw a boot on it, and they kept the ball.
It's all happening for them.
So McLean now. It lands like just a centimetre past the 10, and Felt kicks it to his teammate. Here's Cotter. Underneath the posts, the Cowboys look primed for another try here. Granville. And Cotter, who is a regular number 9, feeds a pass away. Hill and Lukey off Dearden. That was a good tackle. Try-saving effort. Still a lot of time on the clock here. This score could be anything if the Cowboys continue in this manner. Away from Gilbert, then to Dearden. Now Townsend's out wide, and Hiku over the top, and over the top of everyone.
Yeah, I don't mind that play, though. Up by a fair bit at the moment, 26 points, and they decide to run. It's not a bad option. Down to you, JT.
Yeah, just speaking on the Cowboys line, how quick they were to get off the defensive line. Said before, Jakey Granville, one of the quickest, over 10 metres, really leading that line speed for the Cowboys.
Yes, they've been fast and determined in everything they've done this afternoon.
Come in. It's dangerous.
The Broncos get a penalty, one they think might be long overdue.
Wait, Adam.
They could have used one earlier in the half.
It's one of the probably unsung heroes today. Todd Payton looks on. Dean Young, former Dragons player, 2010 Premiership, the Dragons. One of their unsung heroes today has been Reuben Cotter. High work rate, Cameron. Work rate, and runs strongly, made a couple of half breaks. He's been good.
He looks explosive, doesn't he?
Yes.
He's been very good today, Reuben.
He's got a couple of All-Stars games under his belt, Reuben Cotter. Now, they go away here to Farnworth. Good contact by Felt. What's the possession count? Heavily in favour of North Queensland. It's 59-41. So that explains why there's going to be some sting in the tackles coming up here. They've had the ball, done very little defence. Plenty of energy for North Queensland. There's Walters. Palacia. 19 out from North Queensland's line. Reynolds kicks back over the top. Tessie News there. Oh, the bounce didn't favour him. It'll be a double knock on. The first off Brisbane.
Then it's off Chad. We've got a changeover.
Saying Brisbane, yes, touched it first, and they did.
100% footy tomorrow night. Gus Gow, Brace and the crew, and then Gold Coast host Thursday night footy against the West Tigers, who desperately need something. And then Friday, rematch of the grand final, and Nathan Cleary will be back for the Panthers to take on South Sydney, who have their tails up after a big win over the Roosters. Going towards the Roosters. Good run. He's been good, Paul, hasn't he, Griffin Neame?
He has. I mean, they haven't had a done player today.
Yeah.
Good ball.
Nanai now. Can he get a fourth try?
He is exciting, isn't he?
Down the short side, Hiku. Oh, Oates came off his legs. And they've only just got back there.
What do you got, Stone?
A little bit of trouble here. Ryan James. Taking in some deep breaths. He's holding a rib.
32 points to 6, the Cowboys in command. Long pass here. Oh!
Thank you.
Bang!
Oh, no. Wow.
Look at the Cowboys go, and they deserve this. They have played so well.
Jake, clock's on! Clock's on!
I'll tell you what they've done, Fatty. They put a lot of energy into their footy early. As we see a big hit there from
he had no hope.
Murray Tuolungi. Wow. But they put a lot of energy into their footy early, did the hard work early, got out to a handy lead, and all they've done is just, they have not taken the foot off the pedal. They've just applied pressure. They've just been relentless with their pressure on the Broncos in this second 40.
Yeah, I know they lead 32-6, but it's their defence. You've seen how many times, for example, was that tackle, how many times they took him back over their own try line, Broncos. It's 4 or 5. It's really good. Todd Clayton's got to be pretty happy with what he's seen today.
Helam Lukey dumped into the ground. Kobe Hetherington and Jensen, the tacklers. Granville now with a scurry. Oh! They didn't get hold of him the first time. A metre out. Dearden into a hole. The referee's happy with it. The Broncos were saying there might have been obstruction from maybe the man that played the ball, but the Cowboys celebrate again, and the half century's within reach now. Pending confirmation, of course.
Yeah, I think this is all right. Oh, Isuzu D-Max replay. Well, no, it's the decision by Adam Reynolds to come out and try and make a tackle on Helam Lukey, which opens the space for Dearden.
There's no problem there.
He just says thank you very much.
That's awful defence. Goal line defence. Come on, you've got to be better than that. You've got to come up together. If you're going to come up and sprint up, you've got to do it together. JT.
Yeah, great vision there by Tom Dearden. I want to talk about how professional this young kid. He obviously debuted for the Broncos last year or the year before in the NRL and was thrown to the Wolves. He's come up to Townsville. And the ultimate professional ticks all the right boxes in regards to his preparation, the way that he looks after his body, and he's starting to reap the benefits by playing some really good football. with an experienced head inside him, Chad Townsend. So great signs for Tommy Dearden.
JT, you spend a little bit of time with Tommy at the Cowboys training. He seems like a confident young kid.
Yeah, he is a very confident young kid. Like I said, the ultimate professional, does all his extras. And it was just about him reading the game. We've got to remember he's only 21. And when you're playing in the halves as a 21-year-old, of course you're going to have some errors around you. But one thing that he does all the time is compete. And you never give up on a player that competes the way that he does. And like I said, yeah, starting to reap the benefits of his preparation now.
So this kick, if it's successful, will be the Cowboys' highest score at Suncorp Stadium. And Val has drained them from everywhere, the Savo. And he's nailed that one as well. Every Wednesday, join myself and the big kahuna, I don't know who wrote this, Gus Gould with 6 tackles with Gus. It's a podcast. We talk about everything. We dissect all the biggest topics in rugby league and a bit of other stuff in between too. Available on all wide world of sports digital platforms, wherever you listen to your podcasts, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Matt, my son Matt is 32. He never misses it. He thinks Gus is the greatest. The big kahunas.
The big kahuna.
He's got a hold of that script for sure there.
Yeah.
Hey, JT, just on Dearden, it looks like he's been getting a bit of good mentoring up there in North Queensland. Who's been doing that? Laurie Spina?
The first ever captain of the Cowboys, Laurie Spina. That's correct, mate. So I've been in there during the pre-season for the boys, and yeah, been really impressed with Tommy Dearden. And it's just about, picking his time, when to run, when to pass, and trying to read the game. Like I said, he's only a young kid. The more he plays, the better he'll get, but I've got big raps on him.
The hammer away to Peter Hiku. Dragged down by Herbie Farnworth. 5 minutes to go. All right, they need 2 converted tries for a half century. Townsend up in the air. Oh, Nanai's after it again. No, Corey Oates, too tall for them.
But when you do look at some of the Cowboys players, a penalty goes to Brisbane. Players like Peter Hiku looks revitalised. I mean, he's been around. He's been at Manly and the Warriors for a bit, and he's come here now and he's playing some great footy. Valentine Holmes went and tried his luck with the New York Jets. Didn't work out. Back to North Queensland, and he's killing it in the centre. It's a masterstroke to put him in the centres. And when you consider Hamiso Tavua Fidel has been, is that even close? Anyway, Hamiso, he's been pretty quiet. So it's been a great effort by the Cowboys.
I'm not even going to correct. Here's Hetherington. The hammer is acceptable. Reynolds now, and Palacia. Yes, Kevy back to the drawing board. He's never had that drawing board too far away from his desk at Red Hill over the last little while.
Well, this form today is the form of 2020-2021. So.
Oh, good bounce off the left foot. Farnworth will score.
Little gift and ball there for Herbie Farnworth. So a late try to the Bronx gives their fans who have suffered a bit today a little bit of hope. Simple play.
Well, if you look at the replay here, Fatty, Isuzu D-Max replay, Reynolds, well, he sees a bit of space, and left foot, if you don't mind. He's a right footer, as we know. And, well, the hammer. He got a rotten bounce. There it is, left foot. Dink him behind, and look at this. Just go bang, stand up, hammer. He overran it slightly, and, well, Herbie, gets gifted a 4-pointer. All a little bit too late for the Broncos, though, Tomo.
Yeah, well, he's had a real crack again today, Herbie Farnworth. Proving how difficult he is to stop. Reynolds now. He's kicked the goal. So, Friday night footy, thanks to Macca's, the clash we have all been waiting for, the grand final rematch. The unbeaten Panthers against the in-form Rabbitohs. Can a surging Bunnies pounce on last year's premiers? Don't miss it. Right here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. It will be a belter. And it'll be absolutely a full house at Penrith.
That'll be a very big game, Tomo. And I'll tell you what, if the Rabbits can take the form they had against the Roosters into this match, it'll be the match of the season so far.
I'll tell you how big a game it is, Cam. Paul Vorton's travelling to Penrith to call it.
Oh, they've called the big guns in.
What's happened? There's 48 commentators have gone down, and there's no one left. So I've been.
That's not true.
I've been invited down to help with the game.
Big game player.
I haven't been to Penrith, I reckon, in 25 years to Penrith Park.
Well, I grew up there, Fatty. We'll organise a civic reception for you when you arrive up the M4.
It's changed a little bit.
Just a fraction. Here's Etherington now. Well, the Cowboys. They're the form team along with the Panthers and Souths in the competition, aren't they? They torched Canberra last week and they were never really in danger of getting knocked off here. There was that try before half-time, which was the big one. Taumalolo's offload. Oh, Payne Haas. Oh, Payne Haas through the centre. Another brilliant run. Here's Billy Walters. Oh, Griffin Neame tried to knock him in the next week, but thankfully didn't get a full purchase on him. Here's Kelly. He's going to kick for Corey Oates. Corey's going to leap. Oh, he normally catches those, but that one was a bit big on him. It's all good, Kev. It's all good. It's only early.
Too little, too late for the Broncos. As we've seen Payne Haas, he made a 30 or 40 metre break there, the big man. How good is he on his feet for the size? And then they went for the kick option again, and Corey Oates, he just couldn't hold on to that ball. Got a little check on the arm from Kyle Felt, but too little, too late.
Have you really not been to Penrith Park in 25 years?
I'll tell you what, it's been such a long time since I've actually worked there as a commentator. It'd be mid-2000s. Yeah.
Wow. Bluebet Stadium, as it's known now. It'll be redeveloped at the end of this season.
Mido tells me you were there for the World Club Challenge semi-final, Penrith versus St Helens, 1997 in the Super. I was there, yeah, but I was there after that.
Oh, you're going to get a good look this week. Pre-game, commentary, and post-game, all four segs.
In fact, we're sending him down on Wednesday to do some stories for the coverage as well.
I'm negotiating. That shan't be happening. Concentrate on the game, boys. Come on.
Yes. The 40 seconds left. Townsend now. The hammer hasn't scored one yet. Can he fly above them? Yes, he can. He comes down with the ball. Oh, he lost it.
Change over.
Oh, no, he didn't. It's the last tackle. I was just going to say, they could have tried to get 4 tries for Jeremiah Nanai. It's only been done once for North Queensland. The record of 4 tries in a game for the Cowboys is held by none other than the great Ray Mercy in 1998. I bet Ray didn't really think he'd get a mention this afternoon. He's just fallen off the lounge, as Gus would say. A little chip by Reynolds off the left boot. Another one over the top. The hammer's there. The Cowboys have done this in style this afternoon. Sunday footy. A clash of the Queensland clubs has resulted in a big win for North Queensland. And Todd Payton, what a great job he's done with this team in the off-season.
It was a good job by the coach, and come here with a very strong game plan that, as we mentioned through the call, the halves carried it out.
Full time, North Queensland 38 over Brisbane 12 here at Suncorp.